Well, artists. I am back and doing another water clay piece. I know that I need to work on a different medium, and I am. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you a skill I'm learning that's all new. But for now, I am working on a new water-based clay because, it's very flexible, and I think it's probably my favorite medium for sculpting. So I'm just taking my base, I'm creating that, and this one is a little bit difficult because it's another kneeling pose, but I don't have a theme just yet. What I am thinking is perhaps a woman that's being sacrificed, or in a guillotine, or some sort of chained up type of motif. I haven't really decided. If you have any ideas, post in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. But right now, I'm just trying to figure out the engineering part of the sculpture because it might look very abstract, but that's the legs, and I'm trying to position it to the front because she has her head bent forward. So I need to figure out a way to do it. So I made this alien-looking creature in the beginning just to help me out, and once the clay firms up a little bit, it's going to be a lot easier to control the clay. And I'm working fairly fast, but unfortunately I haven't had a lot of time this week. I've been doing other projects and it's just been kind of rough, so I wanted to get a video to you guys so you can see what I'm doing. And at this point, I put a couple of the wooden sticks, and I get asked this quite often. Yeah, I do remove them when I fire. And if you watch the previous sculpture of the chunky Hermes, I just finished taking that out to the kiln, and it fired flawlessly, not even a crack on it. And as you guys know, I hollowed out the inside. So I'll probably do a quick video on that as well, but it turned out pretty well. So this one, it's starting to materialize, and at this point I have to start thinking of the theme or what I want to do. I need to build it slowly, so I don't want to build it too thick. The model that I'm using is very unique. She's much older. She might be in her 60s or even like late 60s. Another thing I'm considering doing in the future is getting a live model, even though it's rather expensive here in the Washington DC area. Models are very, very expensive. So I do want to get one maybe for a portrait or even a figurative study. So post in the comments below if that's something that you would like to see. So the clay behind the legs is just there to hold it because I need to support that entire piece. And when you work with water-based clay, you have to think of it in the beginning more of an engineering project because you are not, or in my case, I don't have an armature inside. I don't like to use the armatures. And water clay is so flexible that you can even do a standing figure pose with water-based clay. Just watch my Viriato sculpture that I did. That was a standing sculpture, very big, very heavy, and it fired fine and it didn't break. I think maybe the secret is this sort of clay. It's just standard clay, but it's got grog, and it's just about the right amount of grog, and that helps the firing process. Previously, I was using grogless clay, and it was very smooth, very nice to work with, but the problem is that it broke much more often. This one I'm having quite a bit of success. And you don't have to have a lot of access to kilns, by the way. You can make a pit in the backyard and you can fire a sculpture that way. I haven't tried it, but I have seen guys that do pottery do it. And this is pottery. This is a ceramic sculpture, same thing as the plates that you would eat off of it. So as you can see, like, she's not exactly chunky, and I'm adding the anatomy, and I'm building it slowly. So at this point, I get a lot slower because I want to make sure I get everything right in the beginning before you start to like add various things that you don't want to change. What I find is that people make very detailed legs and then the proportions are off and you don't want to like redo and lose time. But I've done this so many times, I've messed up so many times that I keep myself from getting carried away with detail in the beginning. I don't think detail is very useful for artists. So that's pretty much the first session, and this is what I'm working on now. This is not something I am used to. So right now I've cut all of these blocks, but it turns out that the wood is starting to crack, and using a chainsaw is kind of heavy, so it feels like it's a workout. No wonder the guys that use chainsaws for wood sculpture, they're all ripped. So hopefully that will happen to me. But I am kind of excited to do some stuff with wood. I have the tools, I'll be doing some videos, and it'll be very interesting because I do love old wood sculptures. I am always amazed at what artists can do with wood. And you know, as long as I can get the right type of tools, you know, like this chainsaw is new, and the ability to visualize what is in the block, that would be great. And I also love the idea of perhaps after I do this, I might try to do some stonework. But right now, wood is so cheap, so abundant everywhere that it makes a lot of sense to use wood for a carving. You want a nice hardwood. What I have is, I believe it's oak or maple, but unfortunately you can see in the middle that it's been cracked and stuff. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.